Hello and welcome back to Rams Talk Podcast. We are here today to have some fun. It's international break, so we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Before I get into everything about the Derby County draft that we're going to do tonight, I'm going to introduce our guests. First off, we've got international break veteran Lana. Lana, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. We've also got Jack. First time doing one of these episodes, or have you done something similar before?
No, this is the first one, so no pressure.
Have you prepped all day? Have you been going through all of the Derby County players?
I have had 3 written warnings for using my phone at work, so you take that as you will.
3 strikes and you're out. And also, last but certainly not least, it's Rams Talk main host, Jake Barker. Jake, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you, Jamie. Thank you for bringing me into this at the last minute. I'm excited to get started.
How do you feel about third place in the draft? Because you're actually in your draft positions. Lana's going to be picking first, Jack second, Jake third. But then on the second round, Jake, you will get to pick first. Do you like that third spot?
Well, Vic Singh's usually in this spot, isn't he, on the Rams Talk pecking order? So, and he usually comes out with some good stuff. So let's hope I can carry that on. Long may it continue, as I'm sure he'd say.
Right. Well, let me tell you about the rules. Obviously, you have seen these today, but everyone that's watching, I'll get through the rules now. If you wanted to play at home, just team up with one of Lana, Jack, or Jake, and you can pick your own squad. So basically, what we're going to be doing is building out our Derby 11, but you'll be asked a series of questions to pick a player on a certain subject. So, for example, I may ask this is not going to be one of the questions, so just so you're aware. I may ask, please pick a player who has played in the SPL and has also played for Derby. So, Lana, you could have said Bryson. Jack, you could have said Connor Salmon. Jake, you could have said Kelly Roos. Okay, so that's the premise of this.
3 giants.
Yeah, Jake clearly doesn't want to win then.
So the player must have played for Derby between 2014 and present, unless I say otherwise. The formation is going to be the classic 4-3-3. Please write your teams down, and then we will talk them through at the end. You can pick any position first. So, Lana, if you wanted to pick your goalkeeper first, you may do that. But please think about tactics. You might not want to leave your goalkeeper until the last pick. Time limit is 30 seconds, but there might be questions that we'll have a bit more of a chat about. So it's a rough 30 seconds. We've already talked about the snake order. So, Lana, you'll pick first in the first round, and Jake, you'll pick first in the second round. You can't pick the same players. So if Lana picks Chris Martin, that means that Chris Martin is off the board. There's no lone players unless specified. And also the last rule is that they must be considered in their Derby County shirt. So you can't have a prime Ashley Cole for Chelsea. I'm not going to accept that. You can pick him as your left back, but he will be considered Derby County's Ashley
40-year-old.
Yeah, exactly that.
Right and away. Oh.
So that's a lot of rules. But do we have any questions?
So with the midfield, can we have a holding midfield, a centre midfield, an attacking midfield, and a 3?
The balance in there can be whatever you like.
Cool.
Obviously, you can't have a defender up front or a goalkeeper at centre back. So it has to make sense. And we'll all sense check that as we go. Lana, any questions?
No, I'm all good.
Are you ready?
Ready to go. Yeah.
Okay. So, Lana, coming to you first. The first round is nice and easy. I'm going to allow you to pick one lone player that's played for Derby County.
Oh.
I said unless I say otherwise.
This is such
you
a
can have one lone player. Talk us through your thoughts,
hard.
Lana.
Well, obviously you've got Tamori, but then we've got some pretty good centre backs, like that were actually ours.
Ambrose.
Yeah.
Mike to wear it.
I'm saving it for my final pick. No, hands off. Had so many good players. Like Hayden Roberts at left back, not bad. Especially since we've been lacking recently. There's obviously Mason Mount and Harry Wilson. So this is so hard.
Me and Jack just making notes down here. Yeah.
Mason Mount. Yeah, I think I will take
Mason Mount. I take it you'll have him in your 3 in midfield.
No, I'm going Hayden Roberts for left back.
Oh, rogue.
Hayden Roberts for left back.
We're gonna win, Jack. We're gonna win.
hey, when you have to come and pick a left back, then
we just go back to.
I quite like the tactic. I do quite like the tactic. Jack, does that make your decision easier?
Yeah, very easy. Fikayo Tomori. As soon as the name was mentioned straight away, I was like, oh. But no, we're good. Tomori, probably the best centre-back I've seen play for Derby. Can't really argue otherwise. Quick, good in the air, covered Richard Keogh. What more can you need?
And you might get Keogh later. You never know.
We'll pass.
Jake,
what
is it Mason Mount?
Yeah, obviously. Probably the most naturally gifted footballer we've seen at Derby, isn't he, in the last 10 years? You know, not many Derby players go on to win the Champions League within a couple of years and play at a major international final. So, yeah, got to be Mason Mount for me. I think he can do pretty well. He could do pretty much everything at the time. Now all he does is sit on the bench and get deep cuts that rule him out for 6 months or something like that. But at the time, he was unplayable for Derby.
But he does wear the number 7 shirt for Manchester United.
He does. That's the curse. It's the curse.
And where will Mount be in that 3 then? Will he be sitting? Will he be further forward? What's your plan with Mason Mount? Or will we see later?
I thought about putting him at right back to counter Lana's Hayden Roberts at left back, but I think I'll probably put him in midfield.
Okay. So we have got Hayden Roberts for Lana, Fikayo Tomori for Jack, and then Mason Mount. So it's a good first start, a solid first start. Right, round 2. So Jake, coming to you first. So
Okay.
I want you to think of a number between 999 and 1,190. Now, obviously, that will relate to a legacy number for a Derby County player. I will let you have one pick, and then you can either stick or twist. So, for example, if you picked Chris Martin, you could stick or you could twist. So, what's your first number?
Who was our last signing?
That's what I was thinking.
Was it Zetterstrom? Was Zetterstrom the last one? 1,190.
1,190. So the player that you have got is Nat Phillips.
Oh, did we sign Shrewa? I'll tell you what, Nat Phillips is all right, isn't he? He's played it. He's won a Champions League as well. So we've got a lot of
not for Derby.
No. Oh God. Right.
And I will allow loan players. I will allow loan players. So
yeah.
What's your immediate thoughts? Is that a good stick or?
Nat Phillips and Marcus Harness for deadline day. So that's 89 and 90. Did Chirewa come in before Zetterstrom? That's the question. Who else did we bring in towards the end of the window? Oh, so I've got if I get Chirewa, I'm screwed here, I think. That performance.
I mean, you could just go for a random number and, get a Craig Bryson or a Will Hughes or imagine Bryson and Mount in the middle for you.
If it's from 2014, well, I saw it in real life with my own eyes with Game 6, so I don't know. But because at the start, right, if we're going from 2014, does that include players that we signed in January?
So 999 was the cut-off point that I had. That certain player would have played in the 2014 season.
2013-14 or 14-15?
I believe 14. This is important. That's just the number I decided to go with. So 999 is around that time.
Right. I've got to try and remember. Did we sign Chirewa before we signed?
This is what I'm thinking in my head.
Oh my God.
I'm just hoping you get it wrong.
Oh. Right. So I was 1190, right? 1189 is Marcus Harness. So I'd rather not have that. And then we signed Osborne right at the start. This is going to go on forever.
Yeah, I mean, I did say 30 seconds. This has been a
sorry, mate. 1,000. Oh God, please don't even sign anyone else. 1,188.
Oh wow.
1,188 is Chirera.
Oh, for God's sake!
Oh, he's got. I think I should get a goalkeeper here.
So can I ask you, Jake, where you're going to be putting Chirera? We don't know. He's been injured, so we don't actually know where he plays.
I'm feeling much better about Hayden Roberts now.
Yeah. God. I don't really want to waste a wing space, but I don't really want to waste a midfield space either.
I would say.
Yeah. Oh, God. Right. I'm sorry, Chirera, if you're listening, mate. I'm sure you're actually a pretty good player. You've just not played. I'll put him in midfield.
Okay. Jack, coming to you. I mean, are you going to gamble?
Just for clarification, Chirera was 1,188, right?
That's correct.
So I'm going to go 1,187.
87.
1,187.
Please do not him.
Is Jerry Yates.
Oh.
That's not bad.
That's all right. That's all right.
That isn't bad. But
are you sure these are in order?
But
hey, I'm on the Derby County website.
Was Zetterstrom the one?
Where is he?
Was he the one?
Lana, I hope you go for a random number, or two random numbers, by the way.
Yeah, but
I only go for 1,186.
Well, I'm going to.
Oh, we haven't done
twist.
89.
I'm going to twist and go 1,186.
1,186
Please.
is indeed Jacob Vecchio.
Yes, come on! Cheers, Jake. Thanks for the start, mate.
It's all right.
Yeah,
mate.
well, I think he's going to go in goal. Unless he's going up for a corner in the last minute.
It's a solid start. Zetterstrom and Tomori. It's it's a very solid start. Lana, I'm hoping that you pick a random number. I thought Jake would go random. He's thought about it too much, got it wrong. So
I'm really upset.
maybe you should just go for a random number and see what you land on.
Let's go for 1,136.
1,136.
David, just scrolling. Where is it?
Is
if it's Hayden
Sam
Roberts.
Baldock.
Oh. Well.
Yeah.
Stick or twist on Sam Baldock. Works hard up front.
Barnsley away.
Do a little bit
Remember
better.
that goal in that game we lost?
Yeah, I actually didn't get to see. I didn't get to see that. I was second row behind the goal, so I couldn't see Sam Baldock score. But I did watch Forsyth pass it practically into his own net. Second row for that. That was fantastic. So that's a treasured memory. No, I'll go for 1,022.
1,000.
Chris Wheel.
Chris Wheel.
Oh wow, 1,022. By the way, is this a random number, or have you remembered something?
I'm born on the 22nd, so we're gone for a random number.
1,022 is Chris Martin.
Oh, you're joking. And I got Chirera.
Hayden Roberts looking good now, Jake.
Yeah.
It's a great guess. It's a great guess. And you get to go first in the next round. Suddenly, the pendulum has swung, and Lana's team is going to look better after this one, I think. So, Lana, I want an academy graduate.
Do I go? Will Hughes.
Right there.
Who?
Ethan Wassell, legend of the academy.
Oh yeah, okay, right. I'm glad you know who you're going with, but I'm going to go with. This is so hard because there's Cashin, who's just been brilliant since he's been called up, and he came in at such a difficult time, and then there's Hughes. No, I'm going to go Cashin.
Oh,
at left centre back.
That's frustrating because that was my pick. That's so frustrating.
Cashin at left centre back. Jack, you've obviously got a plan. You're building out from the back. Is that the plan?
Yeah, well, that was been my defence sorted. So that's quite well. The
Ethan Wassell is still available. Keep that in mind.
So, right, okay. So you probably have to look a bit higher. Obviously, Will Hughes, Max Bird, Jason Knight. Head says
Max Lowe.
Oh, touchy one.
There's always Ethan Wassell.
Nah, am I overthinking? But Jayden Bogle.
It's a good choice.
That's a good choice, to be fair.
But then, have we had any more better right backs than Jayden Bogle? He was good under Lampard, in fairness. He was very good that season. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to be boring. Jayden Bogle as my right back.
Thank God.
Jayden Bogle.
This is Max Bird or Jason Knight, isn't it?
I can get a good player. I can get a good player. Okay, this is a difficult one for me. For the simple reason that we've got a choice of Jeff Hendrick or Will Hughes. That is tough. Jeff Hendrick or Will Hughes. I mean, Hughes has gone on to have the better career, hasn't he? Really? Has he? I don't even know. I guess he's kind of gone on to have a better career. Yeah, I know. But you got to. Hughes is a lot younger. And to be fair, when he came back from his ACL, he was some player, wasn't he, as well, Hughes?
What so I'm going to go, Jake, is you're in the fortunate. I'm going to give you a bit of a hand here. All right.
Go on.
You're in the fortunate position that you get to pick now, and then you also get to pick next as well.
Next one as well, yeah.
So who knows who could come up next?
Well, I'm putting Will Hughes at holding midfield, if that's a mistake. Chirewa might move if I find another good centre mid. He might go for a walk out to the wing. So there we go.
3 players in. So, Jake, just to confirm, you have Mason Mount, Will Hughes, and Chirewa. Lana, you have Hayden Roberts, Chris Martin, and Eric Cashin. Jack, you have Tomori, Zetterstrom, and Bogle. So, I mean, I feel it's even playing field at the moment. There's definitely some improvements to be made. Jake, you are next up. Now, I'm going to give you a bit more time to think about this. And whilst you think, I will speak to Lana and Jack about something completely unrelated. Okay? You can just take your time.
What's going on?
So, I want a player whose second name begins with one of these letters. And the letters are D, E,
oh, here we go.
R, B, Y.
That's what we're doing here.
I want a player whose surname begins with one of those.
With one of those since 2014. Jack and Lana, while he has a thing, you two can obviously be thinking, but we need to obviously talk. It's a podcast. We can't just wait for him to make his mind up. Lana, if there was one, this isn't a test, by the way. If there was one player that you could watch again in a Derby County shirt, who would it be?
I think I've got to say Vidra. Obviously not coming in like this season, but he's just brilliant. Like the first Derby game that I ever took my boyfriend to was when we beat Forest and he scored in 24 seconds. That was his introduction to Pride Park and Derby. And he was just brilliant that season. And you could tell that he was really gutted to go and that he really enjoyed his time here. And yeah, it has to be Vidra for me.
Jack, any advances on Vidra?
I want to say it, and I think Jake's going to say him for the B pick anyway. But it'd have to be Craig Bryson on repeat. He was probably the best player I've witnessed in a Derby shirt in terms of consistency. Like when he got loaned out to Cardiff, I just sort of lost faith a little bit because he was so special. And then the whole Kefton Bowl deadline day situation, and it just made it look even more comical that we'd loaned out our best midfielder, who went on and got promoted let's not forget. And yeah,
crazy. Well, Lana and Jack, I'm going to give you a bit of time. Jake, I'm going to let Lana and Jack have a little bit of extra time, and I'm going to ask you the same question as well. So give them a little bit of time to think.
Okay.
Who would you like to see again in a Derby County shirt? Just for 90 minutes in their prime.
Do I not get to give my player answer first, or do I have to?
No, we'll leave the suspense building.
Who would I want to see in a Derby shirt again? Oh, Chris Mine.
Yeah, he was just close second for me as well.
God, I'd just love to see him sort of flick a ball on for Mendes lying behind, or hold the ball up and give Jerry Yates something to run on to, or just someone to act as that focal point. He was so good at it, wasn't he? And it's similar with Bryson, isn't he? He had that resurgence where he came back into the team and leads away when he came off the bench. Under Koku. And I tell you what, he revolutionised that team as well, because we had nothing. I mean, we had Waghorn up front, who as a first touch like a trampoline. We were rubbish. And he came into that team, and even though he'd lost his legs, he'd had a horrible illness, he'd had to get through all of that, been out on loan for a few years, came back, got himself back in the team and got us really safely to mid-table, and then scored with the spine against Forest to equalise in like the 90 plus 11th minute, something like that. So, I mean, he's behind... Oh, you can't, the RamsTalk logo's in the way. But he's behind me all the time. I've got a lovely match-worn shirt of his, and I'd love to see him wear one on the pitch again for Derby.
And you're incredibly jealous that he's in Lana's team currently, I guess, as well.
I am.
He doesn't care either way.
Right, Jake, put us out of our misery. Who have you decided to lock in?
So I considered Bryson, like Jack mentioned, but I've decided to send Chirewa for a walk because I picked Wayne Rooney pre-COVID. That's the player that I've picked. Before he put on 10 stone, Wayne Rooney was probably the best player. I know I said that about Matt as well, but natural ability. I mean, we talk about that Koku team. When he came in January, we were 18th, 19th? By the time COVID hit, we were 7th, 8th, and we were only a couple of points off, getting into those playoffs. And Rooney was a big part of that. He scored free kicks. He controlled the game. He dictated play. He was just such a good player. I mean, as you'd expect from England's all-time top goal scorer. I mean, after COVID, he was fat and useless, but pre-COVID, he was probably one of the best players I've ever seen. So, pre-COVID Rooney is the one I'd put in there.
So you've now got a midfield of 2 England internationals, which
Hughes, Mount, and Rooney.
Yeah. Well, Hughesy should have always got an England call-up. That was my honest opinion. Okay, coming to you, Jack. Would you take Bryson? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it has to be. I've just racked my brain for a long time, and no one really sticks out other than Bryson. I thought very quickly about Max Bird, and then very quickly didn't. It's a difficult one, thinking of players with them surname initials, because I can't think of anybody with E.
I know one. I've got one.
Embleton.
Not Embleton.
Was he good?
Yeah, he was good.
Right, we can't say it. We're going to go to
I'll lock in Bryson.
Okay, that's Bryson locked in. Lana?
I can think of a few. Obviously, there's Darren Bent. There's Ebiseli, who obviously didn't leave on a great note, but he was so good for us. He was so fast. He was Jake.
He was fast.
He was good. I think he was good.
I thought he was strong as well, and that's something that we're really lacking, is like physicality in teams until really recently. I think that's something that we had brought up from League One, is having to actually be physical on the pitch. Who else is there?
For a minute, I thought you were talking about your team, and you were talking about your team is weak. I mean, you've got
it is actually
Chris Martin, so your team's looking pretty strong.
Yeah, actually. There's who else? There's Bialik, who was good when he was fit, when he wasn't, on a stretcher somewhere, or like having his teeth knocked out mid-match. I think that happened for Birmingham recently. He was really good.
So you haven't actually got, obviously you've got Chris Martin up front and you've got 2 defenders. You've not got a midfielder as of yet. So it is a consideration, I guess.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, like Bryson's gone and I think, is Bird gone?
No, you can have Max Bird.
This is so hard.
No rush.
You know what? No, it's fine. You took your time. I'm actually going to go Darren Bent.
Darren Bent joins Chris Martin up front. I mean, it's a good strike force. Right, Lana, coming to you again. So I want a non-English or Scottish nationality. So no one that is English or Scottish. So you can have Welsh, Irish.
Everyone I've got to play centre mid.
So is there anyone that jumps out that's not from Scotland or from England?
Sheree was gone, by the way, just so you know.
I've got my pick.
See, there's McGoldrick. He's Republic of Ireland, isn't he?
Correct.
Yep.
McGoldrick. Yeah.
He would look lovely in that 10. He would look lovely in that 10.
Who else? We've got a lot of. There's Knight. Who else? There's obviously Ebbu as well. Mendes Lang, but just not this season. You know.
Tyrese Spawner.
I'm gonna go with McGoldrick.
McGoldrick in the 10.
Yeah, McGoldrick in the 10.
Your team's so attacking.
I love it.
Yeah, it's no defense,
I mean,
just vibes.
3 number 9s.
Vibes. Okay. So
if he gets midfielders right, it's gonna look very good on paper. I'll tell you that.
So in my head,
filtered our players by like top goal scorer and and that's it. That's my list. I have nobody else. Who am I playing at right back? Absolutely no clue. In goal, who? The only player who score.
You've got your guy
against us.
Another defender. But I don't think I'm going to go with him. But my first thought was Sierra Leone's very own Curtis Davis.
He wasn't an international when he played for us. He was English.
That's true, but he finished up as a Sierra Leone international. However, that is not my pick.
We played technicalities.
I am sticking very much on the glory years and going for Czech Republic's Mate Vidra in the 10.
Very, very good pick.
So my 2 picks have gone. That's good.
Sorry, Jake.
And you were actually going to go for Vidra and McGoldrick.
Yeah, that literally in that order. McGoldrick, then Vidra. My 2 picks.
Pretty impressive.
Vidra. That's madness of a statement.
No, yeah, well, I've got 40 midfielders. I don't need another midfielder. I need a striker, which is now, Waghorn's English, Marriott's English. I was trying to think back about strikers we've had. Could I play Mascarell up top? Probably not. You know, I'm just gonna think of.
Now.
You
Yeah, exactly.
don't fancy like Bartos?
Abdul
Kamara, Ravel. All these great talents.
Andy Vyman.
God.
Marcus
Vyman, not a striker for us.
Andy Vyman.
Vyman's a shout for the wing, actually, but I feel like I should probably actually get a defender at some point. Siwan Cambo would probably be a bit of a waste. Marcus Olsen, yeah. Who's rad, is it, Jack? Marcus Olsen. Yeah, I know. This is shocking. This is unacceptable.
Come on then, Jake. I'm gonna have to speed you up.
Yeah, no worries. Right back. Who's our current right back? I don't know who it is. I can't think anymore. Yeah, go on. I'll tell you what. Left back's a tough position, isn't it? Marcus Olsen.
Marcus Olsen at left back. Right, Jake, coming to you again.
Yep.
With a nice, easy one.
Go on.
Free pick. You get to pick whoever you would like.
A centre mid.
Anyone from the 13-14 to present day in your team?
Just anyone. Literally anyone.
Anyone you want.
Oh, okay. Even loan players?
No loan players.
Oh, Harry
Did
Wilson
you listen to the rules?
No, I didn't. That's really hard. Okay, so realistically, I need centre-backs, full-backs, wingers. Who's been our best centre-back that we've had that's not Tomori? Curtis Davis is a fan favourite, isn't he? But I don't know. Keogh, yeah, that'd probably get me shot in some places. I mean, Nelson's been good, but he was good at League One. Nat Phillips hasn't had the time yet, has he? Yeah, I think I'll tell you what. I'll go centre back. I'll go Curtis Davis.
Davis.
I am lacking attacking, so
Leon
Jake
Best
mentioned him last round. I'll go for the man who fired us to Wembley. My namesake, Jack Marriott. Just for that night in Leeds.
I hope you're thinking of getting a striker over 6 foot, Jack. Otherwise, that's going to really go against
we
you.
don't play Paul Warren football around here.
Lana,
League One
free
anymore.
pick. Who are you picking?
I'm torn between Graham Shinnie and Ibu Adams because I need a midfielder, don't I?
Vibes.
What I'd say is Ibu Adams is Graham Shinnie who can run. So just keep that in mind.
So you want Graham Shinnie, do you?
Yeah.
No, I am actually going to go for Ibu Adams because he's just been one of the few, actual lights of this season so far. I think most of our players have been. It's been hard coming up to the level, I think, and soak away was a particularly low point, and he's just been faultless pretty much every game this season. So I'm going to go for Ibu Adams at right mid.
Right mid?
Right mid or right centre?
Yeah, he's on the right, isn't he? Right centre mid.
Yeah, right.
In the middle.
Yeah. I mean, you need someone to do the running for McGoldrick, and I think that's a very good pick. Right, next up, Lana, back to you. Right, I need someone from the COVID season, the initial COVID season, 2021.
Oh, Jesus.
And
is
you
that
can't
the one that was
have
halfway through?
We came back where Rooney was big.
2021.
2021.
Is that the one where Cocu was sacked?
I love how you're asking me.
No, was it the season after?
It's your question.
Yeah, I know. The 2021 season was the one, yes, when Philip Cocu was sacked in November and Wayne Rooney, Liam Rosenior, Shay Given and Justin Walker took over.
So,
I mean, I picked this year because you probably knew more about Derby in this year because there was nothing to occupy
nothing else to
your
do.
life. Yeah. But what I will say is that Jack Marriott has already gone. Who else has already gone?
I don't have any space for him, do I?
He went out on loan that season to Sheffield Wednesday.
I'm going to go with...
there's a few players that are gone.
Obviously Rooney's gone as well.
Rooney's gone as well, yeah.
Did Jagielka play in COVID season?
That was the season
after.
Yeah,
season after.
Relegation year.
Wait, so it was 20 to 21.
Behind closed doors, survived on the last day, drawing with Sheffield Wednesday that year.
Patrick Roberts.
Yushviak. They're all there.
Yeah. All the names, all the stars.
Who are you going for, Lana?
This is actually
there'll be people watching this shouting at the TV saying, "Go for."
I'm itching. I've got mine.
Yeah, I know, me too.
I'm itching.
Do you want me to give you a clue? You can actually pick someone that you were very close to picking. And that would really make your team look quite good. Yes, and the other one that you said after.
Shinny playing in COVID as well. Which one do I think would piss off Jake more? Like, he's got his head in his hands.
Watch your language, Lana. This is a PG family-friendly channel.
How can I ruin his Sunday? No, I'm going to go for Bialik. I'll go for Bialik.
Yes, I got the boy. If everything else fails, it's Craig Forsyth at left back. Get it. I don't even remember him playing that year. I can't remember if he was injured, but he was definitely, obviously, part of the squad.
He was there.
Craig,
he definitely was injured at some point, though, wasn't he?
So that's my left back sorted. Craig Forsyth, Derby County legend.
Jake, has your player gone, or are you going to?
Yeah, I wanted Bialik to put him at centre back, if I'm honest, because we didn't have a great. Our centre backs that season were hopeless, weren't they? That's why we lost every game. But I'm going to go with Tom Lawrence.
Yep.
Tom Lawrence.
I'm going with Tom Lawrence. Chiré was going for another walk, and Chiré was now a right wing. He'll be up front by the end of the episode. And now Tom Lawrence takes up left wing.
Jake, coming to you.
Yes.
I need a former Derby player that has played outside of the EFL and the Premier League.
Outside of the EFL and the Premier League?
Jesus.
Oh.
And of course, you can't have Wayne Rooney. And a couple of players have already gone.
Right. So, Derby player, played outside. Oh.
Get thinking, Jack and Lana.
There's a few.
I'm trying to think, like, Clement year, we signed quite a few that had played externally, hadn't they? Getting a strike is really hard now because Darren Bent's gone, Chris Martin's gone, Mate Vidra's gone, David McGoldrick's gone. We've lost pretty much every striker that we could possibly have had. Connor Salmon still remains, and the temptation is high to pick Connor Salmon, I must admit. Oh, man.
I mean, you could have bald Rooney and bald Connor Salmon up front, and that is
that's front two.
That
you could just blind the defense, and just like the glint of
shiny. It reflects the light. Yeah,
unbeatable
I've got
in a night game.
Way.
Have you?
Many? Yeah, I've got loads. Genuinely, I think I've got 5 already.
Outside of Derby, I'm sorry for taking so long here. This is quite a challenging one.
This might be our longest episode ever.
I'm itching again.
Yeah, I know, mate. Well, mate, these questions are so rogue, and they make you reach so deep.
Yeah, I mean, they're meant to be rogue
whatsoever. I genuinely just can't think of a player, just any player. All of them have gone pretty much that played at a good level. I know loads before 2014.
I mean, I feel like there is quite an obvious one that you could go for and play him.
There's a few obvious ones
somewhere in a forward position.
What? How mine?
I mean, yeah, that's not the one I was thinking of, but
not the one
obvious one in a forward position.
Yeah,
very obvious.
Very obvious.
Yeah.
Go on,
think of the last question.
What's the last? Oh, mate,
the COVID season.
COVID season.
There's so many.
What, strikers from the COVID season?
Yeah.
Abroad?
Yep.
Aren't Waghorn?
Nope.
Or simply
a bit of a journeyman. We'll say that much. I'm trying to.
I respect Ollie Kazim Richards. Yeah. But I think we'd never score again with a front three of Chiré, Lawrence and Kazim Richards. He did keep us up. I mean, Taveric's jumping out, isn't he? But I'm actually going to go for Andre Wisdom at right back, who played for Salzburg. So Andre Wisdom.
Okay, can I just explain?
You can, Jack.
The amount.
You can.
Right, my pick, I'm going to get it out of the way, is Johnny Russell.
That was my man.
Playing out in the MLS. There's obviously Kazim Richards, Omar Mascarell, Kamil Yuzviak, Ravel Morrison. Obviously, we said good ones. if we haven't got a right back, Nathan Byrne.
Plays in the US, yeah.
There's obviously Rooney, but he's already gone. Yeah, there's a few more I've forgot now, but obviously, yeah, we'll go with my pick. We'll go Jonathan Russell. Ooh, baller. Inner souls.
Lana, can you decide quicker than Jake? That is the big question.
Very easily.
So, are we talking the English football pyramid?
Yeah.
Or just like top 4?
We're talking Prem, Champ, League 1, League 2.
I'm going to go for Cyrus Christie at right back because he went on loan out lower than League 2, I'm pretty sure.
Is that... This is where we need to do a fact check. I mean, if that's true, it's great knowledge because I did.
Are we counting loans?
I mean,
did they play or did they not? Yeah, exactly.
He went on loan to Nuneaton and Hinckley when he was at Coventry.
Look, for pure creativity, I'm gonna give it to you, Cyrus Christie.
For sheer sweatiness, I'm going for Cyrus Christie.
Okay. Next up, Lana, I need a player who left Derby after 2020.
After 2020.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting to a point now where you've only got a few certain positions to pick from, so I'm not going to make them too difficult. So, a player who left Derby after 2020. Just to remind everyone, Lana has so far Cyrus Christie at right back, Cashin at centre back, Hayden Roberts at left back. She has a midfield 3 of Adams, Bielik, and McGoldrick. She then has Martin and Bent up front. So one of Martin or Bent has to play a little bit wide. So that will be taken into consideration.
Martin on the wing.
Yeah, but you think you play him out on the right, Cashin's diagonals to a nod down fan. Paul Warne would be just salivating at the thought.
And unfortunately, you can't pick Curtis Davis because he's already in Jake's team.
That's actually who I was going to pick as well. I'm trying to think of a good centre-back pair.
I mean, there is one that Jake has behind him that's currently covered by the Rams Talk sticker that could help.
That is actually proper covered as well, and by Jake's head as well.
Yeah, he didn't want to give it away.
Is it Richard Stearman?
It is. What a talent.
I'll never forget
Lana.
Huddersfield away.
Okay, right. Is that the one where he gets sent off within like?
Yep.
Quick trivia. That is the shirt from Huddersfield away. I'm not even joking. Yeah. That is the exact shirt from Huddersfield away.
That's why it's so clean. If you have got this far into this episode, you are a Rams Talk hero.
What is it with Jamie and episodes that go on for 4?
I mean, it's not me. Look, you guys are taking it seriously. I love how seriously you're taking it. Someone has devised this. I love how seriously you're taking it.
This is
I do need to rush you, Lana. If I don't get an answer
can I play
5 seconds, it's going to be Richard Stearman.
I'll take Byrne instead. Right centre back.
Right centre. Okay.
I again have multiple options. Max Bird, Jason Knight, again 2 pretty big losses. I need a centre back, a centre midfielder, and a left winger. The left winger is really bugging me because there's not many good attacking players left that we haven't said, apart from the one who plays out there now, who nobody likes out there. I'm going to go with an engine room in midfield. I think I'm a little bit short if I do it, but vibes just to see Jason Knight and Craig Bryson play in the same midfield. I just think that would be unbelievably passionate. So yeah, Jason Knight in the middle of midfield with Craig Bryson.
Knight added to your squad. Jake, who are you going for?
I need a striker, Dwight Gale.
Dwight
Solid.
Gale.
Best goal to game ratio of any Derby striker of the last 10 years.
Because he literally
trying
played
to get
10
Was
minutes.
it like
Yeah.
50%?
Yeah, something like that. Scored a goal every 80 minutes, something like
Some
He
player.
only played about 80 minutes though. Which is
that.
the
All he
issue.
needed. That was all he needed. It's only one
Okay.
game, this.
Next round. So, Jake, you have a goalkeeper and a centre-back to get.
I
Okay?
do.
I need a player with a surname of 6 or less letters. Goalkeeper or centre-back.
Oh, Jesus.
Again, Lana and Jack, get ready. Because
Scott
I'm gonna
Carson,
continue.
come on! Get in
Great.
the net.
I literally just
Scotty
counted his
Carson.
name on my.
Scott Carson. Jack, so you need a left winger and a centre-back.
The left winger's out the window, isn't it? Let's be honest. The only person that I can think of is Jake Buxton to play centre back with Fikayo Tomori, and I don't want to pick him. I am going to end up picking somebody I thought I wouldn't pick, and I'm going to reunite the two centre backs from Frank Lampard's season. I am going to have to pick Richard Keogh, aren't I? I just don't see any other option. Yeah.
Richard Keogh.
Keogh. Yeah, cool.
Well, you've just picked your captain, I guess some would say.
Nah.
Lana, you need a goal. Well, I don't actually know what you need because right at the moment
I'm
you've
just
got
playing everybody
Chris
anywhere.
Martin playing right wing, but you do need a left winger and you do need a goalkeeper. All I'll say is you can have Lee Camp.
Did Lee Camp?
Lee
Probably
Camp
not.
was gone
Played for us
long
in-
ago.
Yeah.
Ago.
Okay,
another-
you can
there's
have Lee
another
Grant.
I can
Yeah,
have Lee
great.
Grant. I'm torn.
There is another goalkeeper as well, by the way.
Ruse.
Nope.
Yeah.
Ben Hamer.
It's Ryan.
No. Better than that. It was our number one.
Ryan Alsop.
Ryan
there?
Alsop.
Yeah. He's
You
got
do need a
6 or
goalkeeper,
less.
Lana.
I'll go Ryan Alsop.
Ryan Alsop. Okay, so we are one player away from finalising your teams and getting judged. Lana, coming to you. You need a left winger
Oh, same.
and you can only choose a current Derby County player.
A current player.
Yeah.
No.
And don't believe what Jake says on these podcasts about certain players can't play on the left or the right. You pick who you want, okay?
Say Jackson, Lana. Please say Jackson.
Do not want Nathaniel Mendes.
One
Yeah,
needs
I was
to
going
know.
to say Mendes Lang just to punish him further.
Chiré was gone, by the way. Just
I'm tempted by Thompson.
You need a left winger. I mean, look, Thompson
but
can
if
do whatever
Mendes
he
Lang
wants.
can play, if Mendes Lang can play on the left against this will, so can Thompson.
That's very true.
I think we might
Every
win.
single.
I think we might as well.
All I'll say is
Why?
if
'Cause
you
I
do
can't
not
think of
pick
a
Mendes
single player.
Lang, Jack's going to pick Mendes Lang. So
I'm
completely up
not.
to you.
I'm not
Yeah,
picking
but
Mendes
is,
Lang.
are we playing Mendes Lang on the left, or are we playing Mendes Lang?
You can play him wherever you want.
You can
I
put
mean,
Chris Martin on the left and put Lang back on the right.
yeah.
But then you don't have that big diagonal that Paul Warren would love. Just think about the
There's
diagonal.
Ward as well, though.
Yeah, this team is quite Paul Warren-esque. Feels like Paul Warren's picked it, maybe in a blindfold. Right, Lana, I'm going to have to rush you. Who are you picking?
I'll go Mendes Lang.
Oh,
Mendes
no.
Lang.
I
Okay.
was trying to talk you out of it so much because I would have moved Johnny Russell over to the left and put Mendes on the right. The only person I am not picking Caden Jackson and I'm not picking Marcus Harness. So that's eliminated 2 already. it is going to have to be the enigma, the man that
TBT.
It's going to have to be Corey Blackett-Taylor, isn't it?
With his one goal.
Corey Blackett-Taylor. Caden Jackson just doesn't strike me as a player that can play in this team. This team I'm building is built on technical ability and hard work, and I can allow one passenger in Corey Blackett-Taylor. So, yeah, Corey Blackett-Taylor is the anomaly in my team.
You've got some flair out wide for sure. Jake, you need a centre-back.
I do need a centre-back.
As Curtis Nelson?
Well, it can't be Cashin, can it? It's got to be Nelson Phillips, who I turned down earlier, but he's played like one game, or Sonny Bradley. So I think that kind of answers the question for me. I think Curtis Nelson is the man to finish my team.
Lovely. Lana, have you made a note of your team? Yeah. Your team is the only team that I cannot know. I do not know who's playing where. So please tell me your starting 11.
I'm going to do it true Derby County fashion and not put them in position. You know, on our team sheets where it's like, right, so who's playing where? Going for Chris Martin, Darren Bent, Mendes Lang. Going for McGoldrick, Bielik, Ebro Adams, Roberts, Cash, Nathan Byrne, Cyrus Christie, and Ryan Alsop.
That's what we give that out of 10.
Centre back. So
yeah,
there's some industry in midfield. What I'll say about this, there's some industry in midfield in Adams and Bielik. You've also got the creativity and the goal scoring ability of McGoldrick. I really like Chris Martin, but I'm not sure I can get behind him playing on the wing. Again, Mendes Lang, Ben have got some pace up there. I would give that a solid 6 out of 10. I'd say, Lana.
3 strikers.
You've done well, I'd say.
Well, we only play with like one on a good day. So really, I just wanted to average it out, you know.
What Warren needs to do. Play them all, Warren.
Jack, talk me through your team.
So, Zetterstrom in goal, a back four of Jaden Bogle, Fikayo Tamori, Richard Keogh, and Craig Forsyth. 2 in midfield of Jason Knight and Craig Bryson, with Matt Vidra in the 10. Johnny Russell on the right, Corey Blackett-Taylor on the left, and Jack Marriott up front.
It's a very well-rounded team. That's what I will say. I think you've got the right level of experience. I think there's enough industry in the midfield as well. My only worry would be that that strike force might get bullied by the likes of Stoke, Burnleys, and other teams of that nature. It is quick.
Very quick.
If you're playing on the counter-attack, that's going to be some team to beat. I think I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10.
I'll take it.
Jake, tell me about your team.
So we've got ex-England international Scott Carson in goal, Andre Wisdom before he was a bodybuilder at right back, 2 centre-backs of, FA Cup final goal scorer Curtis Davis and Derby's player of the season on their last promotion, Curtis Nelson, the 2 Curtises. Swedish international Marcus Olsson at left back as well, scored against Forest. Holding midfield, Man United and England all-time record goal scorer a few years ago, Wayne Rooney. Shored up in front by Mason Mount, Champions League winner, and Premier League midfielder Will Hughes. On the right, we've got 6'5" winger Chirewa. And on the left, we've got Tom Lawrence, obviously plays in Rangers, plays Champions League football now. And up front, we've got Mr. Goals, Dwight Gale, had a great career, scored 2 goals against Liverpool as well in Istanbul to stop them winning the title. So
may I just add on the brief, it's about their Derby.
I didn't claim that it wasn't about their other things. I'm just painting a picture. I'm just painting a picture. You take from that what you wish.
This guy could be a good gaffer one day. I think Derby could learn a thing or two about talking up players. Jake, I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10.
Get in.
A 7 out of 10.
I've got a midfield 3 of Rooney, Mount, and Hughes, and it's a 7.
You know what? I think it might have been an 8, but Chirewa really, that whole legacy question. Just lost it for you, unfortunately.
You know that meme picture of the dragons where it's got like 3 scary looking dragons and then like the clown dragon? I think that's Chirewa.
in your team.
Poor bloke.
Well, this was certainly a bit different. It's a bit of a longer episode. If you have got this far, thank you so much for listening. As you know, when it is international break, we do like to break it up and have a little bit of fun. We hope you've had some fun. If you have constructed teams in a similar fashion tonight, please do let us know what you
leave them in the comments. Leave them in the comments below. It'd be good to read them all.
And if we're missing someone at one question, please do let us know. I think Lana would like that feedback as well. We will obviously be back talking all things Derby County next week, but it's only left for me to say goodbye from me.
Lana, you've got to say goodbye from me. You've got to tell people, Jamie. You got to.
Surely you did this last time, Lana.
Me. Oh, it's been a while, and I think it's probably going to be a while again. Yeah, bye from me.
Goodbye from the winning team.
And goodbye from the team that was robbed. Also, as well, if you let us know yours, we'll give them a rating in comparison to ours as well in the comments. So everyone you leave, we'll make sure we get back and give them a rating out of 10 as well. So yeah, goodbye from me.